Hey, so today we're going to look at monitoring a Windows Active Directory server and its various components using APM. So why? Well, for a lot of organizations, Windows is the network, right? People need DNS. Active Directory requires DNS. That's usually the DNS server and a lot of more SMB, SME networks, right? And really decrease MTTI. If Windows is down, if the directory server is down, people can't log on, they can't access the internet, no DNS, right? We want to be able to point fingers and push people in the right direction so that they can fix the problem quickly. So let's take a look. So here we are following up on a previous video on agent management. And so we've got an agent running on this Active Directory server, and it's now reporting back all the services that APM can monitor that are running on this particular Active Directory controller. Right, so we've got a Windows, we got a host monitor, .NET, Active Directory, performance counters, Ias, so that's the Windows web server. So let's start off with the host monitor. So we're going to go over here to the right and then just click on that Add to Monitor button. And we're going to have to put in credentials here. So again, the agent that we installed previously is more for doing an inventory of what's available, not for actually reporting information back. So let's set that up. So we're going to go over here to the right, click on the Add to Monitor button, and this will bring us into the dialog box to be able to put in things like the username and password, right? So we're going to put that in here. Description. The username and password is actually already taken care of for us because we had that as part of the agent, right? Which is a good thing. So detect application, enable agent collection. There we go. So now it's going to go in and look at that. Application monitor for Windows successfully added, right? So now we've got a host monitor. So now we're going to go in and do the .NET service. So these different monitors will provide different information back, right? So we're going to add them all in here because these all form what we know of as a Windows Active Directory server, right? We kind of need to monitor all the components. So when one of them goes down, we'll be able to know which one of the components went down and help our server brothers and sisters be able to get to the root of the problem quickly. Again, as always, put in a description. Always put in a description, right? Very important. Seems like not such a big deal, but trust me, get into this habit will be very good for you later on when you're 3 o'clock in the morning and it's late at night, right? Windows performance monitors. This will allow us to do other things, exchange message queues, anything that's available within the Windows performance interface, right? And the last one here is Ias Server. So not really part of Active Directory, but it's running on this server, right? So maybe there's something on here that we need to see. And in fact, in this particular case, this is also running a CA, so a certificate authority, and that is the interface for the simple certificate enrollment protocol to work, right? So may not be obvious, but we definitely want to be tracking that from a performance standpoint as well. So just to give you guys a different idea here, we've got an IMC server, and again, showing how the relation of the different parts of this particular server make up a service, right? So I'm going to add in the .NET service on this particular box. I've already got the SQL service monitored. And again, the key here is really to make sure you have that username and password. In a lot of cases, make sure, just put in the IP address before the username, and that will help you out, or the domain name, fully qualified domain name. So now that we've added all these different monitors, let's go back and take a look at what we've got and the kinds of information that we can see. So we're going to click on the application monitor button here. And now you'll see we've got a bunch of these. We've got performance counters. We've got one that's specific to Active Directory, right? So we can click on the application type. And if you've got multiple Active Directory servers, this would allow you to look at all of the different application directories or directory server monitors if you got up there. So hopefully you've got more than one domain controller. So let's drill down into this particular monitor, right? We've got the network monitor. We've got some details. Again, we've got a bunch of information which is specific to AD, right? May not mean a lot to us, network folk, but it might make something that will enable you to communicate more effectively with your server administrators, right? As well, we've also got this nice application topology map, which shows the relationship between all of these different applications, right? So you can see that from an Active Directory standpoint, we've got .NET, we've got that Ias server running against there, we've got Windows Performance Monitor, all that good stuff, right? Pop-ups can get in your way. Something to be aware of, right? From a SQL standpoint, we can now go into the application monitor and look at, from a SQL standpoint, SQL. How is the database doing? How long does it take to perform queries, right? These things can, if you start having an issue from your database standpoint, it can portray itself to the rest of the network as if you're having a network performance issue. And it's really, really nice for the network team to have this level of visibility and to quickly identify where the performance issue is starting to come from, right? So this isn't about pointing fingers, but this is about quickly getting to solving problems, right? And that's really what management and operations is all about, right? Is to solve these problems as quickly as possible. So there's a lot more that we could do from a APM standpoint, but I think that gives you guys a really good taste of some of the information that we can start grabbing in and why that might be useful to us as network professionals and network administrators. See you guys next time on the next IMC management tutorial.